Again, it's me. I'm just continuing with this documentation of what I've been learning and really enjoying what I'm doing here. So the last time I did one of these videos, I was talking about the certain books that I've read, and particularly Change Your Thoughts, Change Your Life. And I'll continue to talk about different books that I've read and different videos that I've seen. And if you have a look below this video, you'll see one on a guy called Bob Proctor, who absolutely blew me away with this little 10-minute video on the law of attraction. Now, you've probably heard, or you may have heard about the law of attraction on different feeds and different in different books. And I think it's something that has featured quite a lot when I first started reading into this spiritual development, a personal development field. The law of attraction was something presented by Bob Proctor and a book called The Secret. If you're not familiar with the law of attraction, then I urge you just to quickly look at the video below and do some of your own research into that. And I was talking about thoughts and how if you change your thoughts, you can change your life. Now, thoughts for me, like I said last time, is this ticker tape going across the bottom of my inner screen. And if I particularly liked a thought, then I would let it expand and keep thinking that. And if there was a thought that didn't particularly fit or serve me, then I would just say next. So with the law of attraction in mind and what you think about expands, this brings into the first idea of the ego. And I'm going to be talking about the 6 parts, but just the first part today. So I am what I have. And this is the ego's idea of the fact that we need to have more. And so if you can imagine that you have been brought up on this idea that the more you have, the happier you will be, then we've bought into this a lot of our lives. And you only have to look into your wardrobe or your shoe drawer to confirm that. So the law of attraction says that if you have, for example, what we would call a scarcity belief, if you believe, and it's your thoughts, that you don't have an awful lot, then the law of attraction suggests that the more you think that you haven't got something, it'll just confirm your belief in scarcity. So you have a thought about scarcity, then the law of attraction says that you think you've got nothing. Well, hey presto, there it is. You haven't got anything. So if you change your thought to a thought of abundance and you say to yourself, I am actually quite lucky, I have got lots of things in my life, then the law of attraction will reflect that belief. Okay. So, and with thought in mind, I've kind of developed something. It's just come to me over the last couple of days about thoughts in general. And we have mentioned them and said we have, upwards of 20,000 thoughts a day. And we probably have the same 20,000 tomorrow. And it's up to us really to pick the ones that serve us and pick the ones that don't. And I've come up with this kind of phrase, which is kind of sticking around me and my family and my friends and people I talk to. And it's this idea of being a DODO or a DODO. Now, DODO means that you pick an idea and you like it, and then you do something about it. Because if you don't do something about it, if you are a DODO, it will die and it will fail and it will fade. So be a DODO, not a DODO, and you can put that in lots of parts of your life. If you decide that you're going to clear out your garage, and you don't clear out your garage, then that idea essentially has failed. If you feel as though you're going to do something from a diet point of view, and you don't buy that bag of salad, then that idea just fades, and with it, all the energy that you could get out of it. So be a DODO, not a DODO. And I like that. So you might hear me say that quite a lot. But just sort of to emphasize this first part of the ego, as I said, I'm going to go through each one. So the first one is going to be today. And this idea that I am what I have, and I've been brought up, much as everyone else has, to say that the more you have in your bank balance and the more you have in your life, i.e., gadgets or items that are external to you, are going to make you happy. And we've just bought into it. And you only have to look on the telly, Facebook, in any magazine, and it's going to tell you that this is going to give you happiness. Well, I'm here to say that it doesn't work like that. And I think we have to sort of switch our thoughts to more of an internal happiness than anything else. If you have happiness within and you work on that, if you have peace in your life within, then these are the things that you need to have in your life in order to bring light to other people. Now, that might just seem a little bit too ethereal or a little bit too spiritual for you, but you can go and look around your house and just look at the things that make you happy, and you'll probably find that the things that do make you happy are the people in it and the photographs and the memories. These aren't really physical things. Okay, these are things that are inside you, and I think that's what I'm sort of more about these days, is trying to work on the happiness on the inside, so that when I come to a situation on the outside that causes me pressure or problems, then all I can do is bring light to it. So this idea of you are what you have, it does need exploration. And I did that, and I did something called the 80-20 rule. Some of you might have heard about it. I have talked to people about what I did in my life with it. And I went into my wardrobe initially. And I didn't have an extensive wardrobe to begin with. But what I did do, and what I did have, was a sense of frustration that every time I reached in to pick up a particular shirt for the morning, it took me longer than it normally should do to filter through all these shirts and decide which one was going to be right for the day. And essentially, I came back to the same ones that I normally wore. So from an 80-20 rule perspective, looking at your wardrobe as 100%, there was 80% of my wardrobe that I wasn't using. So I got rid of it. I gave it away. I donated it. And I now go into my wardrobe and I have 20%, the bit that I like. And it just takes that sort of negative energy out of my life. A simple idea, I know. But if you look around your house and you think about the boxes that you've got in your loft, and you think about the boxes that you may have in your garage, and the stuff that they contain, do they contain anything that you're really going to use? Or do they just cause more frustration every time you go and look for something? So this idea of having things in your life is something, as I said, we've bought into. And I think what we need to do is examine that a little bit more. Have the things in your life that bring you happiness. Develop the relationships that you have, rather than develop your CD collection. And I don't have one of them either. I gave those away in some respects. I also sold some, so have a jar of dreams, I suppose, in your kitchen that we have, and sell stuff, get rid of stuff, get rid of the clutter, and you'll feel a whole lot better, I'm sure. So you are not what you have. And if you are what you have, it needs to be stuff that's not necessarily external to you. It's the inner workings of the relationships you have with people. So have a look at the Bob Proctor video underneath about vibration. See how you feel about that. I am going to continue with this, as I said at the very beginning, because it's documenting the stuff I kind of thinking about now, and it's crystallizing the ideas in my mind. It's making me think in a whole different way that doesn't conform to sometimes the mundanities of life. It gets you into a whole exciting new environment. So if you like some of this, feel free to post stuff on my page that is equally inspiring. And I continue to do these until either you or I get bored. And I think it might be you first, but have fun anyway. And we'll talk about the second one next time.